Sri Gurubhyo Namah children, welcome to online session. Today, already we are discussing the topic hydrocarbon. Yesterday I told about, up to isomerism we have completed yesterday. What is the isomerism exhibited by alkane? We have seen structural isomerism. Under structural isomerism, I told chain isomerism. What is chain isomerism? The isomerism that arises due to the difference in length of the carbon chain. That is, the same compound we have written in two different ways. One as a straight chain, another as a branch. So we can call it as chain isomerism. I gave example. Up to that, isomerism is over. Today, we are going to see how carbon atoms are classified as primary, secondary, tertiary and quaternary or neocarbon based on the number of carbon atoms attached to the carbon. So, we are going to classify the carbon atoms as primary, secondary, tertiary and quaternary or neocarbon according to the number of carbon atoms attached to the carbon. Shall we see, children? Be ready with your notebook. So, we are going to classify primary carbon. What is a primary carbon? What is a primary carbon? A carbon attached to one carbon, a carbon attached to one carbon or no carbon. A carbon attached to one carbon or no carbon atom. So, what is the primary carbon? What is the primary carbon? A carbon attached to one carbon atom or no carbon atom. We can call it as primary carbon. For example, a compound is coming like this, ethane. Here, what is the formula? C2H6 molecular formula. How will you draw the structure? CH3. So, see this carbon, terminal carbon. Always carbons should be terminal. Carbons should be terminal. Carbons should be terminal. So, here you see this carbon is attached to one carbon. Carbon attached to one carbon. So, this is primary carbon. A carbon attached to one carbon, primary carbon. So, this is primary carbon. And you can see another example, that is methane. Where what is the molecular formula? CH4. What is the structure? Carbon bonded with 4 hydrogen. Carbon bonded with 4 hydrogen. See this terminal carbon. Carbon attached to no carbon. This carbon is attached to no carbon. To this carbon there is no carbon attached. So, no carbon attached. No carbon attached to the terminal carbon. No carbon attached to the terminal carbon. So, I gave two examples for primary carbon. So, first case I told about ethane, where the terminal carbon has one carbon attached. Either it can be one carbon attached or it can be no carbon attached. In case of ethane, the terminal carbon is attached to one carbon. So, we can call it as primary carbon. And a terminal carbon with no carbon. See the terminal carbon, it has no carbon attached. The very familiar example is methane, CH4, where carbon is in the center. All the 4 sides are occupied by hydrogen. There is no carbon atom attached to the terminal carbon. So, this carbon also classified as primary carbon. Let us continue, children. First I told about the primary carbon. A carbon that has one carbon or no carbon. Either the carbon will have one carbon or no carbon, we can call it as primary carbon. Now we are going to talk about secondary carbon. What is a secondary carbon? A carbon that has two carbon atoms attached. A carbon that has two carbon atoms attached. A carbon that has two carbon atoms attached. So we can call such a carbon as secondary carbon. For example, a carbon which is attached to two carbon. So we can call this carbon as secondary carbon. So the carbon attached to two carbons. So we can call it as secondary carbon. So secondary carbon is one where the carbon is attached to two other carbon atoms. So we can call it as secondary carbon. Now we are going to talk about tertiary carbon. Tertiary carbon. What is a tertiary carbon? A carbon that is attached to three other carbon atoms. A carbon that is attached to three carbon atoms. A carbon that is attached to three carbon atoms. So what is the example? Carbon will be in the center, which is attached to three carbons. So a carbon which is attached to three carbons. So we can call this as tertiary carbon. Tertiary carbon. Carbon attached to three carbon. Carbon attached to three carbon. So we can call it as tertiary carbon. What is the next one? Quaternary. Quaternary or neocarbon. Quaternary or neocarbon. What is quaternary or neocarbon? Carbon attached to four carbon. A carbon attached to four carbon atoms. A carbon that is attached to four carbon atoms. Carbon that is attached to four carbon atoms. See here, a carbon will be there attached to four carbon. See here, this is tertiary carbon, or we can call it as quaternary carbon or neocarbon. Quaternary or neocarbon. So here carbon is attached to four carbon. So we can call it as quaternary or neocarbon. Shall we continue, children? In the previous page, I told about the classification of carbon, where carbon is classified as primary, secondary, tertiary and neocarbon depending upon the number of carbon atoms attached to the carbon, terminal carbon. Now we are going to see very, very important concept in organic chemistry, that is in hydrocarbons. Naming, nomenclature, naming of the hydrocarbons. So what is that we are going to see? IUPAC. What is IUPAC? International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. So they are the group of scientists who sat together and they have framed certain rules for writing the names of the organic compounds. So we are going to see certain rules to write the names of the branched chain hydrocarbons. We have seen the branched chain hydrocarbons where a carbon will have a branch. So if a branched chain hydrocarbon is there, how can we name that particular compound? Shall we see, children? Be ready with your notebook. Rule number 1. First we are going to talk about rule number 1. Rule 1. Identify the longest continuous chain. Identify the longest continuous chain. Identify the longest continuous chain as parent chain or root chain. So what is the first rule? Identifying the longest continuous chain that can be called as a parent chain or root chain. For example, that is more number of carbon atoms. How will you identify the longest chain? The chain which has more number of carbon atoms. For example, I am going to write a compound like this. A compound is coming like this. CH3, CH3, okay. CH2, CH2, CH2. Again CH, CH2, CH3. Again CH2, CH2, CH3. See what is that? We are going to identify the longest chain. This is one longest chain. This is the longest chain. Number the longest chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is the longest chain. So this is the longest chain. So I have 9 carbon atoms. Longest continuous chain. Longest continuous chain. This is first structure. I am going to draw the second structure. We are going to check the same compound. I am going to write as a second structure. Listen here. CH3, CH3, CH2, 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 CH, CH2, CH3, again CH2, CH2, CH3. Here, if I am going to calculate this as a longest chain, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, if this is the longest chain, so here this is wrong. Why this is wrong? Because it has got only 8 carbon atoms. Only 8 carbon atoms. So I have given the example where I can have 2 different structures. The first structure is correct. What is my first rule? Identifying the longest continuous chain as parent chain or root chain. So I have identified my parent chain or root chain. My chain has got 9 carbon. So that is the more number of carbon atoms. That is the chain where I got 9 carbon atoms. So that is the longest chain. So I have identified the parent. So parent is nonane. Parent chain is, what is that? Nonane. Parent atom is nonane. Because 9 carbon atoms. This is rule number 1. Next, rule number 2. Rule 2. What is rule 2? Substituents attached carbon. Substituent attached carbon. Substituent attached carbon or branch attached carbon. Substituent attached carbon or branch attached carbon should have least number. The branch attached or substituent attached carbon should have least number. Branching attached carbon should have least number. The substituent attached carbon should have least number. Write the compound CH3, CH3, okay. CH2, CH2, again CH, CH2, CH3, again CH2, CH2, CH3. So what is second rule? Substituent attached carbon. What are substituents attached here? One is methyl, another one is ethyl group. There are two different substituents. So this is one substituent. And this is another substituent. So there are two substituents. Substituent attached carbon should given less number, least number. So either you are going to number the carbon from left to right or right to left, no problem. Whether you are going to number the carbon either from left to right or from right to left, the substituent attached carbon should have least number. Listen here, I am going to number like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. See the position of the substituents here. In this case, position of the substituents, positions of the substituents are, what are they? One is 2, another one is 6. 2 and 6. The position of the substituents are 2 and 6 in the first structure. So in the first structure, I have numbered the carbon in such a way, my substituent attached carbon, I have got the position of the substituent in the first case as 2 and 6. Okay children, we will continue. Already we are discussing the second rule. I have written the first structure. Under second rule, I have written the first structure where I have numbered the carbon from left to right. I have numbered the carbon from left to right. So first structures, under second rule, I have numbered the carbon from left to right. Now we are going to talk about rule 2, where I am going to number the carbon from right to left. We are going to see. Rule number 2, rule 2. Actually write the compound CH3, CH, CH3, CH2, 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 CH, CH2, CH3, again CH2, CH2, CH3. So number the carbon from right to left: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Numbered the carbon, numbered the carbon atoms, numbered the carbon atoms from right to left. In the previous case, it was from left to right. Now I have written right to left. So this is my chain, where I have numbered the carbon from right to left. So what is the least position here? Substituents position. Substituents position here. One is, what is that? 4. Again 8. And previous case we got 2 and 6. Previous case we got the substituents at 2 and 6. So 2 and 6 are the least, what is that, number. 2 and 6 are the positions, least number. 2 and 6 are the least number given to the substituents. 2 and 6 are the least number given to the substituents. So therefore, the previous case, what we have seen, when we have started to number the carbon from left to right, I got the, what is that, least position of the substituent is 2 and 6. Whereas the same rule I have applied where I started to number the carbon from right to left. When I started to write the position from right to left, I got the positions as 4 and 8. When you compare 2 and 6 with 4 and 8, 2 and 6 are the least positions. That's why the first structure is correct. So, how will you write the name of the compound? What is the name of the compound? We can write the name of the compound as, and listen, so I have told about the numbering. Whichever way you are numbering, no problem. Either way you can number, either from left to right or right to left. But what is the rule? The substituent attached carbon should have least number. The branches attached to the carbon should have least number. Here I got two different structures. I got, what is the two different ways I have numbered the carbon. In the first case, I have numbered from left to right. I got the position of the substituent as 2 and 6. Whereas in the second case, I have numbered the carbon from right to left, where I got the position as 4 and 8. When you compare 4 and 8 with 2 and 6, so 2 and 6 are